today we're talking about types. So a lot of people ask, why use TypeScript? It makes my job harder, And my answer to that is TypeScript's not really for the initial developer. When you use TypeScript, it's about saving future you or your other developers' time. Most projects, most things that you're going to develop are not going to get executed or designed perfectly the first time through. You're going to have to refactor, iterate, go through some sort of design changes while you implement a solution to a problem. And a lot of times what happens is you get what I call refactor artifacts, where you've changed something, you did an initial design, and then you're like, oh shoot, I need to change something. I actually need this to be required because it's required down here. So I need to propagate that contract up. And then you change something from nullable to required, and then you go and you try and find all the places where that may have been affected, and you catch most of them, and you leave some dangling, right, that are then broken. And TypeScript is all about protecting you from that. Understanding when you've got a contract that you're committed to and helping you keep that contract, or letting you know when you need to be clear to any consumers of that contract that you've broken it. So it's all about the future developer. Future you, that's the future you case. The other developer case is where another developer comes along and they don't want to have to look at your implementation to parse out your contract. So this is another way that you increase complexity of your code by hiding your contract in your implementation. And that's probably the most important point that I want to make. If I go to call this method, it's right there, right? Like, no, that favorite color is required. Absolutely is required. You know what I mean? And then if it isn't, if I ever made it not required, or no, now obviously this is going to fail here, but now my method, it's like if I go to look at that signature, it's very clear to me that I don't have to provide the color, so I can use this. I can do that at a glance. I don't even need to drill into the method. But if I even look at the method, I can just look at the method signature. I don't have to go deeper into the code to figure out, scrubbing from implementation to find out if that's nullable. And this is a simple case too, where we've just got one method calling another method. Imagine each of these were 100-line methods calling other 100-line methods, and it was 4 or 5 layers deep before that variable actually got used, right? That's a lot of digging that the next developer has to do to figure out whether or not that's a nullable variable. You can use JSDoc, but JSDoc does not take less time to write than TypeScript, and it's not as good at telling you when you have missed an update, right? So it's like more work just to not use TypeScript. TypeScript is important. Types save you time. I just wanted to show how TypeScript can help reduce complexity of your code, help make your code more reliable. That's it. Peace.